Good evening, and thanks for keeping a date with us on the program Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria, a program that keeps you abreast on the happenings and opportunities in the Nigerian agricultural sector, as well as showcase the efforts of stakeholders in developing the sector. In our previous episode, we showcased the efforts of the Department of Animal Husbandry of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development in developing the livestock subsector. In this episode, we will discuss the role of government and private sector in building ranches for livestock in Nigeria. We have an example of a Nigerian farmer who has invested in ranching and is only willing to speak of the advantages. Why don't you join us after this time out for more of what we have lined up for you?
What we did here is mechanized.
It's back to land, back to agriculture.
I can supply the milk factories for milk.
That's the new norm for employment and for wealth creation. Get your piece of the action.
Before farming, we will spread the manure.
There to take on agribusiness.
They have been working in terms of making sure they give us new breeds.
Seize the opportunity you have been waiting for. Watch Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria, showing every Friday at 8:30 p.m. on the NTA network service.
Before we go on to our subject matter for today, let's quickly take highlights of news events around the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. In our diary tonight, Minister commissions Soil Lab. Also, Minister of Agri flags off distribution of agricultural inputs in Plateau and Osun states.
A geographic information system and national soil, plant and water laboratories located in Abuja has been commissioned. The ceremony was performed by the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Muhammad Mahmood, as part of efforts to mitigate the effect of climate change, soil degradation, as well as enhance food production in the country. Speaking at the occasion, the minister stated that soil plays a central role in food production. He, however, noted with concern that over the years, a lot of farmers have not carried out soil testing before planting, which has affected food production negatively. He said that the commissioning of the laboratories became necessary because the ministry has identified the need to reposition soil testing capacity and to take the campaign to farmers and encourage them to always test their soil before planting for optimum production.
The equipment has the capacity for analyzing large quantity of soil samples rapidly. The 4 laboratories will go a long way in expanding our soil testing capacity. The department should embark on nationwide sensitization of farmers on the importance and benefit of soil testing in crop and animal production.
Also speaking, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Ernest Afolabi Umahihe, stated that the establishment of the new laboratories in Abuja, in addition to the ones in Kaduna, Ibadan and Umudike, would bring the services of soil testing nearer to farmers in the North Central.
The 4 national soil testing laboratories will now be equipped with mid-infrared spectrophometer facility for dry chemistry and analytical procedures. Also, the GIS facility is equipped with real-time data storage, processing, and mapping softwares. It is high-capacity dedicated server will enable the ministry to store, manage, and take custody of all forms and categories of data that are generated by departments and agencies under the ministry.
The commissioning ceremony was witnessed by the Director of Agricultural Mechanization and Climate Change and staff of the department, staff of the National Institute of Soil Science, among other stakeholders. The federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, has flagged off the distribution of agricultural inputs to smallholder farmers in Plateau and Osun states. The flag off of the distribution of agricultural inputs simultaneously took place in the 2 states recently. Speaking at the flag-off ceremony in Plateau State, the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Muhammad Mahmood Abubakar, stated that agriculture has played a significant role during the COVID-19 lockdown in Nigeria and has contributed positively to the nation's economy.
The farmers will be supported with input seeds, growth enhancers, seedlings, sprayers, equipment, among others. 35% of this will go to women cooperative groups, 15% to people with special needs, while 50% will go to farmer associations in various clusters.
Also speaking at the occasion, the governor of Plateau State, Simon Bako Lalong, applauded the effort of the federal government in the state over the years and pledged more synergy with the federal government to ensure that agricultural production is enhanced in the state.
Honorable Minister, I want to assure you that we shall continue to do our best to implement the vision of Mr. President for reviving agriculture and turning the country away from food importation. He has insisted that, quote, we must grow what we eat and eat what we grow as a nation and also export. Congratulations.
I present this potato treat to you.
Speaking in an interview after the symbolic handing over of the inputs in Plateau, the state chairman of All Farmers Association, John Ude Chindabuye, stated that the inputs given to them are improved seeds that are suitable to thrive despite the climate change.
Certainly is a milestone, and we appreciate the federal government under the able leadership of Mr. President Buhari.
Similarly, the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, Ernest Afolabi Umahihe, who represented the minister for the ceremony in Osun while delivering a keynote at the occasion, stated that the farm inputs would be distributed to smallholder farmers in the state.
The agricultural sector has been a priority for the current administration, which becomes necessary to stimulate local production of food to achieve self-sufficiency, attract investment, create jobs, and enhance the livelihood of farming families. The sector has become one of the major contributors to the Nigerian economy, contributing about 25% of our GDP. Smallholder farmers accounting for about 70% of national food production.
The inputs distributed to farmers in Osun State include 1,500 oil palm seedlings, 30,000 certified seed yams, 200 liters of organic growth enhancer, 4,000 orange sweet potato stem, 3,000 bundles of cassava stem, agricultural equipment, and agrochemicals. The Osun State Commissioner of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Adedayo Adewale, who was represented by the Coordinating Director of the State Ministry of Agriculture, applauded the efforts of the federal government and pledged continuous collaboration between the federal government and the state to transform the agricultural sector.
The state is basically agrarian. Our people are basically farmers. So anybody that wants to take us out of poverty must be ready to help us to develop our agri sector. Because of that, we appreciate you today for everything that you have brought, for everything you are doing, and we look forward to more collaborative efforts.
Different farmers associations like Cocoa Farmers Association, All Farmers Association, Smallholder Women Farmers Organization of Nigeria, among others, were present to receive the inputs. Speaking in an interview with our correspondent after the symbolic handing over of the inputs, the state coordinator of Smallholders Women Farmers Organization of Nigeria, Janet Olaleye, on behalf of the association, appreciated the effort of government and urged their members to properly utilize the inputs to increase production and their livelihoods.
I advise them to cooperate with the government so that whatever we are giving, we should use it wisely.
Every part of Nigeria has something to offer.
Welcome back. The importance of domesticating animals to satisfy human needs cannot be overemphasized. And over time, man has always found a way to ensure that he raises animals to the best of his ability. But the livestock farmer in Nigeria is confronted with numerous challenges ranging from overgrazing, population exposure, lack of adequate land, feed, and water. These inadequacies have undermined the productivity of the subsector as well as peaceful coexistence between pastoralists and crop farmers. To make the livestock sector more productive in spite of these challenges, the federal government has evolved several policies of which ranching of animals comes first. In our next segment, Record of the FDA, we will discuss the role of the federal, state, and local governments, research institutes, and headers in the development and management of ranches. Keep watching.
Ranching is the practice of rearing cattle and other animals in a confined space with adequate and suitable amenities such as feed, water, and medical care for more productivity of the animals. The inherent advantages of ranching as against the nomadic method of animal rearing cannot be overemphasized.
If you take the issue of movement of animals from one area to the other, the animal that is being moved will expend energy in movement. The highest nutritive value of any grass you will get, the highest best nutrition of any grass you get is in July. By the time the grass is September, October, the quality of the grass is down by more than 50%. So when that animal is moving to go and eat grass that has degraded by more than 50%, you are not feeding any nutrition. However, if you are able to cultivate and plant this grass in an area, depending on your resources, some people can even irrigate. And the animal will be able to have fresh, luscious grasses. So it's something that can be done anywhere, and it is not impossible in Nigeria.
Ranching has the capacity to totally prevent farmers and herders' conflicts, which emanate from movement of cattle from one location to another. It can also prevent cattle rustling. Considering the enormous benefits inherent in ranching, the federal government introduced the Livestock Transformation Plan, which, among other things, is to support the development of ranching in collaboration with states and local governments, as well as herders and individual investors. According to the Livestock Transformation Plan, the federal government provides the facilities, state governments provide land, and local government to support the program in their localities. For now, about 19 states have keyed into the program. The states include Kwara, Niger, Nasarawa, Yobe, Borno, Gombe, Kaduna, Kano, Jigawa, among others.
As of now, we have about 20 states, 19 to 20 states that already key into the program. Okay, but it's not in all the 20 states now that pasture development is going on. So there are some of them now that this development are going on. When we are talking about ranching is not a new thing in Nigeria. They have been ranching before, but most of these things cannot be sustained by government unless it is private, public-private partnership, whereby government may provide some certain facilities, then the private people will take it up. Government don't have business in doing business. In most cases, it doesn't work.
If the state government would provide land and pasture, source of water, maybe either they drill boreholes or dams, provide clinics. And these clinics, number one, maybe we talk about the vet clinics, then also clinics for the herders, the human clinics, and also the nomadic schools, so that they can be settled. But ideally, to make it viable, if government establishes such thing, the herders will have to be taxed. They have to be paying something, such that the program will not collapse.
Feed is an indispensable aspect of livestock management, as the quality of feed determines the productivity of the animals. It is imperative, therefore, for farmers to engage in buying quality pasture seed for the establishment of pasture.
One good thing with pasture is that it's permanent. The one you see by the roadside there has been established more than 50 years. 50 years, it has been established more than 50 years. So every year, what you do is management. Every year, what you do is management. It's not like maize or sorghum that you have to be buying the seed every year. No. When you plant it, it continues to grow. Immediately there is moisture, it grows. You can do it rainy season or even under irrigation. Most of our pasture seed can be cultivated under rainy season or under irrigation.
The National Animal Production Research Institute, with the mandate to promote research and development of livestock in Nigeria, will provide technical support for individuals, groups, and government at all levels in the area of pasture and ranch establishment.
What we usually advise farmers is, before you go to bring the animals, plan and plant your feed resources. So that could be the first thing you do. Plan and plant your feed resources, and you start a little at a time. And we have packages that can help farmers. One of the biggest requirement in pasture development is fertilizer. You can run away from using inorganic fertilizer, which may be very costly, to using organic fertilizer, manure. And that will be one added way of reducing costs. So if such people want us, we can come here and partner with them and help them in producing pasture of very competitive prices.
With concerted efforts from the relevant stakeholders, the future of pasture development to reposition the livestock system from nomadic practice to modern livestock farming is bright.
Pasture and ranch development is a good investment opportunity for investors and herders. Aside state governments that have keyed into the establishment of ranches in their various states, some private farmers have also ventured into ranching with positive results. One of such private farms that our crew visited is Kweranga Farm at Kabusa, one of the satellite communities of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. What are his successes? What are his challenges? And what can we learn from his experience? All of these in our next segment of the program. Keep watching.
We'll try to avoid any chemical form of fertilizer or anything.
So from this place, what we learn here, that is what we take to our various schools.
I hope you are following the normal procedure of feeding. We'll be fascinated seeing things moving.
Like crop farmers who buy or lease land for farming of their crops, pastoralists who are determined to tap from the full potentials of livestock subsector can make a great difference when they venture into pasture development and ranching. Yakubu Kweranga is the managing director of Kweranga International Business Limited, a farmer who believes in pastures and ranch management. He has ventured into ranching. Kweranga shares with us how he started his ranches and other farming activities.
Farming is a natural interest that I had a very long time, since childhood. My father was a farmer, my grandfather was a farmer, her father also was a farmer. So when we came to Abuja, we decided that it's good for us to have a farm. So when we came, we saw a land around this area, decided to take it on a hire purchase. We met the indigenous people, we took it for hire purchase. Finally, we come to agree and then we bought the land.
At the livestock section of his farm, Mr. Yakubu has a fattening section as well as a production section for cows and goats. He is passionate to provide solution to farmer herders' clashes at his own level through the help of the government. For him, He has already acquired a 10 hectare of land for farming, and he is ready to use 5 hectares for ranching for himself and other herders who may come in to graze on his ranch.
Ranching is very, very important in this country because that is one problem that is going to solve the farmers-herders clash. A farmer must plant his crop. A herdman must feed his animals. Now we have to come together and understand. But when the government supports ranching, a ranch is being done, a particular place is being secured for only grazing. Then the farmers can register that this particular plant is for Mr. This, Mr. This, Mr. That, so family. And then they will continue to do crop circulation or grass circulation whereby they can be feeding the animals, and that will avoid the clash between farmers and herders.
Mr. Yakubu, in his determination to succeed in livestock subsector through private cattle ranching, has over 60 cattle in his ranch, all looking very healthy. One of the secrets of Kweranga's success in ranching is the storage of feed during the harvest season. The price of cow feed can rise from 1,300 per bag to 8 or 10,000 naira per bag, depending on the month of purchase. He is therefore not subject to the price increase because he buys and stores the raw materials from farmers during the harvesting of their maize and at a low price.
It's very, very simple. Like for example, you can see you can see these corn sticks. By the time people remove the corn, there's a chaff cutter, which the Bank of Agriculture supported us and gave us the money to buy the chaff cutter. I can show you the chaff cutter. All these dry sticks, by the time you put them, it crushes them. And when it crushes them, the animals eat it. It also supplements the feed. Even the corn remnants, that corn that you see also, is also another thing that you can grind it by the machinery you have. And then you can now feed your cattle.
Apart from buying feeds to feed the animals, Kweranga also cultivates some part of the farm all year round. During rainy season and using his drip irrigation, he farms during dry season to produce quality feed for his animals in the ranch. Potato is a root crop which belongs to the Solanaceae family of vegetative and flowering plants. It originated and was first domesticated in the Andes Mountains of South America. Potato is the third most important food crop in the world after rice and wheat in terms of human consumption. More than 1 billion people worldwide eat potato, and global total crop production exceeds 300 million metric tons. There are more than 4,000 varieties of native potatoes, mostly found in the Andes. They come in many sizes and shapes. Potato is relatively cheap, easy to grow, and packed with a variety of nutrients. The health and the nutrition benefits of potato are enormous. 1 hectare of potato can yield 2 to 4 times the food quantity of grain crops. They are produced in over 100 countries worldwide. According to Food and Agricultural Organization data 2016, China was the biggest producer of potatoes with over 99 million tons, followed by India with over 43 million tons. Egypt is number 14 in the world and biggest producer of potatoes in Africa with over 5 million tons annually. Nigeria is the 39th on the list of potato-producing countries in the world with 1,246,380 tons per annum. Potato is majorly planted in Benue, Kogi, Plateau, Taraba, Borno, Zamfara, Bauchi, Katsina, Gombe, Sokoto, Jigawa, Kano, and Kebbi. Nigeria, however, holds immense potentials to increase potato production, with the National Root Crop Research Institute in Jos leading research in increasing production in Nigeria.
As we have seen on this episode, pasture and ranch management holds immense potentials to not only increase productivity and profitability in livestock farming, but also solve the problem of farmers-herders clashes. While we urge all of us to support the livestock transformation plan of the federal government, livestock farmers need to do their bit by embracing modern farming methods for raising livestock. Until I come your way again next week, think farming, think agriculture is a sure way to go. Bye for now.